brother. Keep this pace. You're doing great. All right, my man, we just finished. Seems like the Colorado Air was your toughest opponent this weekend.
Yeah, man. That fucking sucked. The triplet was just brutal. It sucked, man. I hit the feeling I felt after 8 rounds in New York after 3. So it was pretty brutal. I mean, I just had nothing left. I don't think I've ever felt like that in a WOD in my life, where like I just had nothing. It was garbage. I was fairly happy with my Olympic lifts for my first OE meet. I was able to hit 93 kilos for my snatch and 124 kilos for my clean and jerk. So I was happy with that.
How'd you feel about the whole aspect of the OE lift compared to normal CrossFit?
It's definitely a lot different. It's a whole different type of athletic sort of endeavor, but I really liked it because it's not like CrossFit where you have, it's not like, you know, it's not like you're in your gym where you can kind of just keep going till you PR, keep going till you make the lift. You have 3 attempts. There's a lot of science behind it and strategy. So within the true nature of CrossFit.
Did you almost break out a strategery on us?
The strategery, I did. You know, but going in the aspect of CrossFit, you know, you're always looking for something different. The OE lift was different, so was the fucking altitude.
Cool.
I guess someone said that you have 15% less oxygen in this altitude compared to where I was. So I guess that's pretty significant.
A little bit.
Add that up. I mean, I'm not like physically dominated right now. I'm just like, I just feel wasted.
Yeah.
It's a pretty odd feeling.
What did Coach Berger say about your lifting?
My arms bend when I pull, and I know that, so I can probably get 20 kilos on my lifts. If I don't have as arm bend, and 20 kilos on my lifts would be pretty significant for my body weight.
Yeah, it would be.
So we learned a few things. One is that I have to work on the arm bend, and 2 is we're going to get a hyperbaric chamber at Albany CrossFit and start training that way.
Fuck yeah.
Because this was pretty ugly and embarrassing for me.
All right, man. Marin, how'd he do?
I think he did great, and I'm proud of him.
Aww.
That's why she's my girl.
I'm actually going to give these 2 a few minutes, so I'll be turning off the camera.
Well, you can keep it on.
All right, see you later, bro. All right, man, what day is it?
It's October 3rd.
Sunday.
Sunday.
How do you feel about yesterday?
I feel okay. I mean, I'm not super stoked about my performance, but I mean, it clearly wasn't anyone's best day. A lot of top athletes struggle with the triplet, so I don't feel too down about my performance, but definitely could have been better.
How about some of the people we've had a chance to hang out with this weekend?
I mean, it's pretty special. We got to hang out with Kendrick Ferris and Dave Castro, Coach Greg Glassman, you know, all the top CrossFitters, Greg Everett, Dave Lipson, everyone on the Again Faster team, hang out, the Gilson and crew, and just pretty much the who's who in CrossFit, and you know, very intelligent, smart, great athletes all around we were able to hang out with and mingle, which was pretty special and an honor.
You know the drill, let's talk.
All right, it's October 4th, Monday, going to the airport. Good weekend's over, had a real good time, good competition, good people. Met a lot of, you know, phenomenal athletes from all around the world. Had a good time, so pretty stoked that I was able to take part in the event. Had a good coach in Kevin. Marin was a good cheerleader. And the weekend was a success, so other than the altitude being a major factor in all of athletic endeavors, but we had a good time, we had some fun, and can't complain.
So assuming they do this next year, what do you do different?
I mean, the biggest thing I do different is if it's going to be in the same place, I have to altitude train. Would be the biggest thing. I mean, I don't think my training was anywhere but perfect for this event. I mean, my Olympic lists were pretty good, spot on with where I knew I was going to be. And I just need to be a competent in this altitude athletically, because all the winners were from altitude.
For sure. So we know one thing we have to fix in your O lifts.
Right.
Why don't you talk about that?
Yep. One thing we're going to be doing here is going to be fixing the arm bend in my pull. That's a big problem that I have. I talked to Coach Bergner and John Gilson, and I'm going to be starting it this week on doing skill transfers, lowering the weight and fixing the arm bend, because I could add 20 kilos on my lift, and that'd be pretty sweet, very significant in the CrossFit world for my old lifts where they are right now. So once I can straighten out the arm bend, I think my life will be a lot better.
So why is it important for you to take some steps back and correct that?
I just need to practice at lighter weight, because as I get heavier, the problems highlight. So take step backs, do skill transfer, do progressions. I was talking to Tony Budding, who had a lot of time with Kendrick Ferris, and he just came back from Worlds, and Tony asked Kendrick what his next steps were. And he said, I'm going to go back and fix the small mistakes and go lower the weight and go back to the drawing board on the form. So he's the best in the U.S. at what he does, and he has to go back to his faults, and respectively, so do I. So
you think it's important for CrossFitters to do that from time to time?
I think it's important for everyone to do that, no matter if it's CrossFit or in life, to go back and look at and re-examine and fix it. But for CrossFit, for sure, I don't care how good you are or how novice you are, you always need to work on the basics, because that's what our foundational elements are.
All right, man. Well, we got to go back to Albany and tear a fucking wall down. So
let's do it.
We'll see you there.
All right.